I hear, though, in a way that it's an ankle and not a knee, Jack. I know that sounds silly, but I was afraid about that knee. First down and 10. Here's a handoff to Gillespie. And Gillespie for 2-3 yards on that carry. When you take a look at the run yards here today, Gary, Florida's holding their head in there now.
Yeah, but since they started running the ball, they've been getting yards, but not points. They need points now. I think a better matchup for Florida is throwing the ball against the secondary than running the ball against this defense that is only averaging giving up 90 yards a game coming into the game. Successful, yes. Points, no.
Spoken like a quarterback. Second down
Steve
and
loves
7.
me. Steve loves me, doesn't he?
Grossman's in the gun. Fires back, and that was a beautiful look off that time to Aaron Walker. Steve Spurrier and his quarterbacks worked on just that for, well, about 30 minutes at practice on that short drop-off, come back quickly and drop it off.
This was a designed play. They're going to fake the quick screen to the left out here to a wide receiver. The tight end is going to delay and go right out. When you're playing zone teams, you delay the tight end, fake one way. All along, that ball was coming to the tight end. It was a design call all the way.
And 16 yards. Now at the Auburn 46-yard line for Florida. Here's the run with Graham. Breaks a tackle, and he picks up about 9 yards before he is forced out. And a reminder, coming up next, Championship Saturday continues here with the Dr. Pepper Big 12 Championship. Undefeated Oklahoma needs a victory against Kansas State for a trip to the national championship. That's next, only on ABC, home of the Bowl Championship Series. And
my turn. Who do you like in that? Mr.
Trying to trap me.
Yes.
You know, I've got to go with OU. The month of October still lingers with me. I don't know how the weather's going to affect Josh Heupel. Here's a handoff to Graham, I should say, for the first time. You know, Gary, they keep saying weather's going to affect Oklahoma and this and that, but I keep thinking Josh Heupel's from Aberdeen, South Dakota. You ever been to Aberdeen, South Dakota in the middle of the winter? Yeah.
I heard there's 22 inches of snow up there right now. I was just afraid you had a condo there or something like that. You couldn't pick the game.
I can pick any game part of it. Not very successfully, I might add. First down and 10.
To the outside, it's still 2 deep safeties. John Lovett, defensive coordinator, won't crack. He won't move up.
Grossman couldn't find an open target. Now sideline, and he throws it away. Second down and 10.
Now, I'll tell you what Steve is telling him right now. Throw to your checkdowns. If a deep guy's not there, those backs are standing right in front of you. He talked about that to us yesterday, Brent. Rex still wants the big one isn't there, to roll out to his right, and then I get him in the film room and say, now, Rex, what should you have done there? And he says, Coach, he's going to throw the check down. He says, well, we'll see if he can do it this Saturday.
8 of the 21 against these Gators. And they singe a lot of teams with their touchdown passes. There's 4 wides. Taylor Jacobs off to the left with Hagebrook. Caldwell and Gaffney. And now Grossman going to drop that middle screen off, and Auburn jumped it. They blew that play up right away with Thomas, number 54, the redshirt freshman from Perry, Georgia, who played a big game against Alabama.
Very good job that time by Thomas reading that play. You see a lot of the shotgun teams, Oklahoma has it, where they just pitch it real quick. It's a middle screen, and the offensive line that time is responsible for that middle linebacker. If you clean him out, that running back can go a long way.
They put the Gators in 3rd and 12 here, leading 21-6. Grossman hit on the release, and Jabbar Gaffney grabs it at the 17-yard line. What a slick receiver he is. That's 20 more yards for the freshman of the year.
First of all, you're going to see him come inside and then back outside the 2 deep safeties. This is exactly the way you want to do it. You put one guy out on the flat to hold this man, and then you run this guy outside, and that's as easy as you do it. You hold one of them up, you throw behind him, but watch Grossman. He takes a hit, he holds on to the last second, and he takes a hit with middle linebacker Spencer Johnson.
Boy, they were giving Gaffney 10 yards, and he curled up underneath and took that sideline route. And here comes Graham. He pounds his way to the 12-yard line. And of course, a reminder that at the conclusion of the game, we'll select a Chevrolet player of the game from each team, and Chevrolet will make a $1,000 contribution to each university's general scholarship fund. It's the SEC championship game presented by Dr. Pepper. The winner will move on to the Nokia Sugar Bowl. Could wind up playing Miami, also could wind up playing Oklahoma. That's why tonight is so big. If Kansas State beats Oklahoma, then Kansas State automatically goes to the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl, and Oklahoma has to wait for a wild card bid. And of course, that would send Miami and Florida State into the FedEx Orange Bowl. They then would play for the national championship. Now on second down for the Gators. Grossman makes his call. Oftentimes slant and incomplete. Hagebrook and Caldwell, the two receivers.
Well, he very easily that time read the blitz look, but did not get any protection up front. You see, it's very simple. Nobody back here. He knows it's going to be. He's going to get a hitch there, and coming out behind it, he knows it. All he needs is a little blocking up front, and he can easily throw this. Nobody blocks the guy coming right up in his face, and Grossman does a nice job of not taking a sack on the play.
The Gators will go over to the sideline because we've got a timeout. So we'll take a break. Florida leads Auburn 21-6.
Travis? We're here for a toaster?
Big on taste but low on cash? Check out the new 99-cent BK Cravings menu at Burger King. 8 tasty choices at an incredible price, like the Slammin' Bullseye Barbecue Deluxe or some tasty mozzarella sticks. Just 99 cents every day at Burger King, where you can get great tasting food every day.
Great car at a great rate. Call or click Thrifty.
Coming up next, the Dr. Pepper halftime show.
You make the world taste better, yeah. You make the world taste better. Dr. Pepper. You make the world taste better.
For a great car at a great rate. Call or click Thrifty.
From Steven Spielberg, the story of the World War II combat cameraman. Hosted by Tom Hanks, Shooting War, ABC Thursday, 9/8 Central.
While you were away, Alex Brown was up walking a bit on that ankle, but he's also discovered just a little tenderness on the outside of that knee, and the trainer is tending to it now. But the story here is the offensive line, and there is Moody, who's returned to the game, and he fanned on that last block. Didn't pick up the man he was supposed to. They're down, they're coming after Grossman, puts it up for grabs. Touchdown! Touchdown! Hagebrook! He's a courageous young man. He'll take his punishment and still deliver it.
Reminded me of Josh Heupel. When you know the blitz is coming, you know it's one-on-one, and you throw it up in the air. You don't worry about safeties at that time. And Grossman did it the whole drive, waited till the last second to throw the ball, tossed it up there and says, my guy's better than your guy, and we're going to come down with it.
That's his 4th touchdown pass of the game. Here is Jeff Chandler, the junior from Jacksonville, to tack on the extra point. Which he does. Breathing room. And one stat to remember. The Florida Gators, under Steve Spurrier, when they are leading at the half, folks, their record is 103 wins and only 4 defeats. They're lethal with a lead.
You can see it. Grossman reads it. He knows the blitz is coming there, and he's got man-to-man to the outside across the board. 4-on-4. He says, I can feel it. 4-on-4. I'm just going to lay it up and let my guy play post, keep him on his back. That's an excellent job by Hagebrook to keep his guy. Watch this. A little bit of a twist, and then he just, like a basketball player, keep him on your back, catch the ball, and when you wait till the last second, like Heupel, he'll take that hit. Big linebacker that time came on him. He just tossed it up in the air.
So Grossman drives the Gators 80 yards in 11 plays, 426, and Brian Hagebrook, the junior from Wildwood, with the touchdown catch for Steve Spurrier's Gators. And now you know the story, especially down in Gainesville, and he's had pain in that back, hasn't he? And this is the only senior class that he's had that has not yet won an SEC championship ring. The only one. They are playing for a ring today, and they're playing hard.
Steve does a good job of selling the importance of the SEC championship, too. He said it's huge. That's why we play in this league, and we want to win championships.
Zone for Jeff Chandler. So here in the Georgia Dome, a capacity crowd. The Florida Gators making the most of turnovers in the first half, and now after a made field goal, they drive 80 yards, Jack Arute, and they lead it 28-6.
And Brent, when you look at the performance of Brian Hagebrook this year, he says one of the reasons why he's a better receiver is the position he played during spring ball. The Gators decided to put him over on the defense side of the ball. Played a little strong safety, played a little linebacker. He said it helped me to appreciate what a wide receiver must do.
Now the Gators out with their defense against Ben Laird and the Auburn Tigers. Nice fake. Buys time, and it is complete to Clifton Robinson for an Auburn first down at the 39-yard line.
Again, Auburn has been able to move the ball effectively, but no touchdowns to show for it. And Ben Laird says, oh, I've had enough of this. Every time I let go, and a nice job to pull off the tackle by Bullard that time. Did not want to get a roughing the passer. He almost kind of touched him and said, excuse me, Ben.
One of the John Hoke goals today was to hold Rudy Johnson under 100 yards. He's gained only 54. 15 carries, 50